men are the ones who are emotional and illogical. Men are extremely fragile creatures. You think the women should say, don't pay for me? Obviously not. I'm enjoying getting things paid for. Like, obviously, if you don't want to pay, it's up to you to say, I don't want to pay.
You are exceptionally good. Really,
You don't realize how much women do to make you feel comfortable on a day-to-day basis. We do a lot of manipulation. Vikas, how are you?
Hi, Mish. Yeah, it's
Hello.
going good.
Yeah,
Yeah. Am I able to you?
Yeah, all good. Where are you?
I'm from India. Can I bring the topic right now? Can I pick up the topic at the moment?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Amazing. All right. Well, the topic is a kind of question. All right. And it's a very intriguing and fascinating topic. And the topic is, how do you define a real woman? Simply.
A real woman.
When I say, I mean, a real woman, it's about the characteristics and everything, it's not about the particular.
Yeah, I think that's a very difficult question. So for me, every woman is a real woman within her own right. So I don't think you can define it as such. I think every woman has a right to be as feminine or as unfeminine as they want to be. I think every woman has a choice to whether they want to be a mother or not. I think every woman has a choice whether they want to date men or females. I think every woman has a choice to define their own definition of being a real woman. Like, to define a definition of a real man, I would struggle with as well, because I feel like men quite often are on the hunt to define themselves as real men. Like, I want to be a real man, and it's just like, when you start hunting for that thing is your perception of what a real man is. For me, like, I'm a real woman. Like, I would define myself as a real woman, but I would define every woman I meet as a real woman in her own right. She has a right to be the woman she wants to be. So it's not.
All right. I definitely agree on this. But I have seen a lot of women, actually, a lot of women. What they do is that they always take the advantage of this feminist kind of feminism and all those things.
Mm-hmm. In what way?
Exactly. They accuse, all the times boys, even if, boys didn't do anything, even, they are going to accuse them of silly things. And women are generally considered as the one, who has to sacrifice all the things. Exactly. Always considered as the one who is kind of dead in heart, and always sacrifice about the dream, who give up for the dreams, because of pregnancies, menstruations, and all those things. Exactly.
I think it's true. I think if you look at a situation, for example, I'm 28 and I'm very aware of the fact that in the next few years I need to start having children if I want to have children. However, I could go and have a child with any guy, but that child will be my responsibility. A guy, no matter what you say, a guy does have a choice whether or not they're in that child's life. A woman does not have a choice. If you give birth to that child, that is your responsibility, and that's why women have to often give up a lot of things in their lives, because we are mothers at nurture, and as it's a natural instinct to be a mother. And to your point on men being accused of stuff, I think it's really tricky one, because I do think any woman that's currently accusing men of doing things they're not doing is doing all women a disservice, because you're making us look like liars. However, I will say 99.9999999% of women have had to deal with men in a negative sense. Men are very, very often, and I genuinely mean this hand on my heart, almost every single man is inappropriate almost every single day with a woman. Like, it just happens to be. But we're very good at protecting your egos. So sometimes we might not tell you what you're saying is inappropriate, but it is. Because we know that if we tell you, you're going to get defensive, your ego is going to be bruised, you're going to be a more difficult man to deal with. So instead, we go and tell everyone else what you've done.
Definitely, I understand. But basically what happened is that of course, the society tries always to define the role of a woman, being one who has to dress up like in a standard way, always has to focus on her dressing style, how she's behaving to others, definitely. And the one, who is a lot tantrum, exactly. Just, of course, you understand very well, the one who is going with her boyfriend or with so the boyfriend has to pay the charges, all right? So
wait. I can't hear you that clearly. It keeps kind of ruffling around.
All right. Now.
Now, not at all. Now.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Is it fine? All right. What I'm saying is that, it's a mentality that, if a woman is going to restaurant with a boyfriend, with a boyfriend or anyone, it might be okay. So what happens is that the boyfriend, pay for what in a restaurant. So I mean, I'm just asking this question. I mean, women are the ones who always, make up their mind like that. They have to possess the tantrums. They are kind of emotional ones, all right, and not logical. Actually, not logical creatures. I mean, why is that so?
Oh, I would have to say that men are the ones who are emotional and illogical. Men are extremely fragile creatures. And another thing is that you don't realize, sorry.
No worries.
You don't realize how much women do to make you feel comfortable on a day-to-day basis. We do a lot of manipulation that you don't see because genuinely I believe that men aren't as you're just not as aware of things as kind of, it's one of those ones where I think a lot of men, like even the other day I went on a date with a guy and he was offering to pay, and I was like, obviously, like, if you're going to offer to pay, whether you're a man or a woman or a friend or someone I'm dating, I'll say no, and then if you offer again, cool. Why would you offer if you don't want to do it in the first place? If you're going to pay, pay. So I think men actually always like to say this, how women always want you to pay, women always want you to pay, but men always offer to pay. So if you're going to offer to pay, don't then turn around and be, oh, she always wants me to pay for everything. It's different if you're with a woman who is always expecting you to pay for everything. But if you have put yourself in a position of power, a lot of the time men actually enjoy paying for things because it gives them more of a sense of power.
All right. Well, I truly understand your point. But the question is that, it is always considered that it's a human mentality, as I aforementioned, that, it is being considered that if a boyfriend is hanging out with a girlfriend, if they are going for anything, shopping anything, then the boy has to pay the charges. And it's true, obvious. It's very obvious that we are, I mean, it's something that we are being taught these things by the society. But, the girls should be the first, who should be coming and confronting that I'm going to pay for this, man. Why would you pay that? Yes or no?
I don't know. I feel like it definitely is an equal part. So me, I would never let anyone pay for me because that's my culture. Like I'm really against, I hate people paying anything for me. Like if we're going shopping, if it's my birthday and you want to buy me a present, cool. But if you're going to just take me shopping just for no reason, I don't like that because I don't want you to feel like I owe you something. You'd be surprised. I understand what you're saying about women being the ones to do it, but men really do enjoy having women owe them. It's kind of this thing where it's like, well, if I pay all of her this, that, and other, and if I take her shopping, and if I do all of these things, then she's going to be committed to me. And it's actually, a lot of the time, it's on the man. Are you crazy? You think the women should say, don't pay for me? Obviously not. I'm enjoying getting things paid for. Like, obviously, if you don't want to pay, it's up to you to say, I don't want to pay.
I mean, it's about, something like give and take things. I mean, if the person is giving, I mean, if a boy, definitely a boy, is giving something money on any kind of favor to her. So, of course, at any time, he wants something from that girl. And more often than not, it's nothing but sexual fun, yes or no? Yeah, it can be the.
But that's not on the woman, that's on the man. If you're going to walk around paying for things, it makes you feel like more of a man. A lot of them, obviously, we're both generalizing. Not every woman, not every man is the same.
It's not something, I cannot blame only the man as you're saying that, but definitely, I mean, it's the girl's nature, whenever they see the money, they have to, it's very much obvious. And it's not wrong as well. I can't say anything because, it's her choice. But I've seen, the successul people, on the post and all, they are with so many girls. But I've never seen
that's the thing. There's a specific type of woman that do that. Not every woman. Like when men walk around with loads of expensive things, that's like the least attractive. Like my boyfriend is the most poorest man in the world. He lives on an island in the Caribbean and he literally has like a shack for his house. Like I dated an Indian man when I was in India who was a tuk-tuk driver. My type is very poor. Like I love poor men. I have no issue being the person who pays. So it really is difficult. Obviously, you can't generalize all women to be the same. It is the narrative in history.
Exceptionally good, you are exceptionally good because generally it is not going to be happen because more oftenly what you're going to be happening is that you will just encounter the one girl who needs money, definitely, who is looking for the one who is prosperous and kind of well-off person who can afford manicure and pedicure of the girls. Exactly, if I'm not wrong. Definitely.
Of course, you aren't right though, because not all women are like this. It depends what circles you're in. Like, I don't have friends like this. I don't have friends that you're just like none of my female friends could be described in the way that you're describing them. So it definitely depends on the area and the culture and everything else. It is a generalization, but it is possible that it happens a lot.
Well, of course, I definitely, respect your points. But as far as I'm concerned, I've been watching a lot of Bollywood movies. Bollywood, Hollywood, and so many things. Okay. And what I've got is that it is the same thing that is happening around everywhere.
To a degree, again, if you're from a society with money and you're dating a guy, we could talk about, we've got 10 seconds left. I want to talk more. But it takes it back from the cavemen, like someone needing to provide for the other. I think it's like that thing. Like men need to feel important.
You want, but definitely I love the way you talk.